Hey, what's up guys, Atomic1422, welcome back to another episode on my Minecraft Mondays for my Season 2. So in the last episode, I believe I showcased you guys some cool copper mod things that were released when the copper mod first came out. I know it was a while ago, but today I'm actually going to try and implement some of that in my world for the first time, actually full time. So last episode was kind of like a showcase. Today I'm going to actually try and implement it. So as you can see, we're working on opening up all the space in this cave. I've been working tirelessly off camera, and it's apparently coming along really nicely so far, but that does raise a little bit of a problem for me. Because as you can see, I have a ton of chests here, and they're pretty much almost filled to the brim, which is why we are going to be creating ourselves like a storage unit, specifically to the point where we are going to make ourselves, we're going to craft an iron golem, and we are going to basically build like a house for it, so that it can help store all the items and garbage that I'm not going to need. Now, I went off camera, and I collected all the raw copper that I had in all of my chests. I'm going to also collect the copper that I have here, and I also have a spare stack just so happened to be in the furnace, and I went myself and got myself some more coal off camera as well. So I'm pretty much going to be smelting all this copper in this episode, and I'm going to be turning it into blocks, which I'm going to be using to make a house. Now, I don't know the exact number of blocks I'll have available. I'd say judging by how many of these ingots and copper that I've got, I would say probably over a stack or so, maybe like a stack and a half, but we're gonna find out. And I'm planning on basically building it in this cave. Like, I'm thinking specifically either back here or in this area over here, because when I'm gonna finish transforming this cave, there are gonna be a ton of houses and structures and all that cool stuff. So I think it's going to be really cool, and I think this is a perfect way to start, is to implement something from the copper mod. So I'm going to use the ingots that I've got so far, and we're going to make ourselves some copper blocks. Now, let's see how many we can actually make. So it looks like we can make ourselves 34 blocks, which is a great start. So I'm actually going to start, let me just see how the smelting is going. Okay, it's going along nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and start building the house. I'm going to make it out of copper blocks, and I'm going to try and maybe like add a bit of a variety to make the houses a little bit more custom. So, okay, let me see. I think this would be a great place to do it, but there's a tunnel over here that kind of leads nowhere. So I'm going to probably build it back in here. It's going to be a copper factory, basically. All the storage and useless items I'm not going to need is going to be over here. Now, I need to find where would be the ideal place, because there are a ton of tunnels here. So it's going to be kind of hard for me to find where exactly it's going to be. It doesn't have to be like a big space, but okay, so I think I'm going to build next to this tunnel, as it turns out. So I looked around to see if there was any space. I want to do it on this side, so I'm going to make it on this side. Now, yeah, as you can see, it's coming along really nicely. I opened up another section to the mine shaft that we came across. So, let's start and place our blocks. It's not going to be particularly big at the moment. Maybe I'll build on it as the world grows. But this is going to be very interesting to see how this works. So I'm going to place my copper like so. And yeah, so it's going to be really tough to build like a big factory of like storages and copper golems. Sorry, I lost my English for a second there. But so this is pretty much what this episode is going to be for. I'm going to make as many copper as much copper as I can, and use it to make ourselves a little bit of a storage unit. It's probably not going to be this small, by the way, guys. It's probably going to be a lot bigger as the world keeps growing. So we're down half a stack of copper officially, so I'm actually going to go ahead and fill this up to the max, because we have a lot of work that needs to be done. Like I said, this copper factory, it's going to stay like this for now, but I may make it bigger as the game goes on. Okay, I actually need to open up one of these spaces so I can get inside in the first place. Just having two chests, a row of just two chests, is not going to be good enough. It's not going to cover enough space. So it's got to be much bigger, because as we open up more of the space, our inventory is going to continually fill up with blocks and useless blocks that we're not going to need at all. So I need to put them somewhere, and that storage space over there I've got is completely full, like I said. So that's the objective of this. All right, let me give myself another block. Thank you. Also, guys, apparently, I was playing off camera. The copper copper armor durability is actually pretty good. I took fall damage on it occasionally, and it wasn't like I was checking, and it doesn't really take significant damage. So I've actually lost significant health points while playing off camera because of falling from heights, trying to reach higher places in the cave, and the durability is great. So that's another cool feature of copper armor that I was not aware of. While I wait for the copper to finish smelting, I'm going to go ahead and continue to remove some blocks, because I'm going to be doing a lot of this as we reach the deep ends of the mine shaft. We're still only like at surface level of the mine shaft compared to like all the space that we're going to actually have to remove. Okay, so yeah, I removed yet another row of blocks here. The progress is going along really nicely, and in the meantime, I'm about to make myself many more blocks of iron. We're about to find out how many exactly. I think it's 20. Oh, 11. Okay, a lot less than I thought. So yeah, as I'm looking at this, I think I'm going to make this much bigger. Probably not right now, but definitely over time, because this is clearly not going to be enough. And I also may change the layout a little bit so that it's like different blocks in different places to make it kind of look more like a really well-designed house, because I'm one of those builder Minecraft players. There's like these hardcore try-hard PvP players. Then there are builders. I would consider myself more of a builder than a PvPer. I've never really been good at like PvP games. Even like multiplayer server games. Okay, let me get back to the task at hand. So we got ourselves still about 5 more stacks that we need to be smelted. Oh guys, let me correct something if I may have made this mistake. I think I've been continually saying in this episode that I'm making a copper farm. I'm not making a copper farm. I'm making more of a storage unit that is being sorted by a copper golem. I just kept saying copper farm because it's more simpler for me to remember. So I apologize if I've been making that mistake. I actually don't know how to make a copper farm. Let me know in the comments if you guys know how to make a copper farm, and then I will probably try to do that. Maybe there's no way, because you got all this raw copper that you can find underground. Maybe there's an easier way, I don't know. But if you guys know, then please let me know in the comments. I would love to know, and then I will likely include that somewhere in this world at some point. What is going on here? What is this? The block looks different. Exposed whoa. What the? Why did I hear zombie? It's supposed to be safe in this cave. This copper got exposed. What does that mean? What does it mean that the copper was exposed? Is that a good or a bad thing? Ooh, 4 cute little slimes here just randomly spawned. That's awesome. 4 of them at once. That's rare. Let me go ahead and put this slime in my chest. We got half a stack. We can use this for some pretty cool builds once we actually, get to that part in the series. Right now I'm focusing mostly on optimizing space in this series, and as we go I'm going to start making kind of cool builds which will help us out in the long run. So hopefully my copper, no, I almost made the same mistake again. Hopefully my storage unit for my copper golems is not getting worse, because as you can see guys, that is a block. I don't remember that being part of the new update at all. Let me know in the comments what that actually means and if that's a good or a bad thing. While I'm at it guys, I'm going to do something that I probably should have done a long time ago. I'm sick and tired of seeing these blocks just completely out of place, so I'm going to finally get rid of them and put them away in the storage chest in my already full storage unit. These blocks they have no place being here. I don't understand their purpose. So great to have flat space to walk across finally. So I think this, like a 5x6 box is going to be way too small, so I'm actually going to go ahead and expand this outwards a little bit. So I'm going to move these blocks out to the side. I'm probably going to build outwards like 2 more blocks in every direction, because this does not look big enough for me to make enough chests to store away all the garbage blocks that we're not going to need. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And we start anew, sort of. So the space does look bigger, but should I do it in all I think I should. I want to use all my copper. I want to use basically all my copper to make this bigger. Okay, I think that spacing looks way better as far as like how many chests we'll be able to put if we need it. And yeah, we're gonna keep going. I want, again, all my copper. I'm down to 3 stacks left, plus the whatever stack we have left in here. So I'm going 1 block at a time. Okay, I'm putting in another stack, so we are almost out of copper. And if I'm not mistaken, so we have 3 stacks left. So I think you make 7 blocks per stack, roughly. So I believe we have 21 blocks of copper left, if I'm doing the math correctly, which I think is going to be just enough for basically one side of this. So I'm going to need significantly much more copper if I'm going to want to finish this. So I will fast forward to the part where I actually finish the build. So yeah, this is not really the ideal look for how I wanted this to look originally. So I'm actually going to take down 1 layer of copper from the top because I want to make sure that I create sort of like a little bit of a box so that when I spawn my copper golem, that he will not be able to escape. At least for the time being. I don't know if they can open doors or not, so that's something I'm going to have to consider later on. So we're going to build it basically encompassing pretty much as much space as possible. I have 7 left over. I have 7 blocks left over. I'm going to definitely need at least 1. I can get rid of this block because I don't really know what that's going to do. Exposed copper. Let me know in the comments below, guys. What is exposed copper? I'd love to know because, quite frankly, I have absolutely no idea what that block even does. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chest. I don't think I'm going to need the copper chest because the copper chest comes when you spawn a copper golem. So I don't think I'm going to need that at the moment. So I'm going to keep that with me. So now I'm going to get myself a pumpkin and I'm going to carve it. So I luckily have a pumpkin farm right here. I believe if you break the... I could be wrong, but I think if you break the block and don't break the root, the pumpkin will it will grow back. Which, honestly, that would be a great thing. That would be fantastic if it does. I have no idea. So I'm going to get my shears and we're going to go ahead and carve ourselves a pumpkin. A carved pumpkin head for our golem. Bada boom, bada bang. Carved pumpkin. Oh, wait a minute. I need a way out. Okay, I'm gonna think I'll figure it out later. So, let's see. We are going to place... Can they suffocate if I place it on a 2-block high space? Okay. Sup, my little friend? You need something in there? There's nothing in there. Alright, so he's in there, which means now I can start my storage factory. This is going to be really helpful for me down the stretch, like I said, because of all the space I'm going to be opening up, and I'll have, like, no place to put all the stuff. And he can do it basically for me. Alright, let me go ahead and start making myself some chests. So I'm going to take out wood here. So that dude is behind the wall, so I feel safe. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself... I'm going to make myself 4 chests. Because I want to see how this dude actually functions. I've never actually checked to see how he works. He's trying to scare me, but it's obviously not working. Alright, so... Hey, my buddy, how's it going? So I'm going to place these 2 chests right here. And we're going to go ahead and place a stack of cobblestone. So let's see. I want to watch. I want to watch and see what he does. So he's taking the cobblestone out of the chest. And he's placing it... right in the newest chest. He only does 16... Oh, he only does 16 at a time. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. So I'm going to go ahead and place everything here. I'm also going to place... Let's see. I'm going to place my coal as well in here because I want to eventually see where he's going to put it. Is he going to place it in the same chest as the cobblestone? Or is he going to place it in this chest? That's why I made 4 chests. 4 large chests, specifically because we are going to need a lot of space. So there's there's a stack. So there's a stack of cobblestone in this chest. He took out another 16th, and he's going to put another stack of cobblestone. So I think the chest is probably it's item specific with the way this dude works. That is honestly really useful, if I'm being completely honest, because you know exactly where what you need is. Whereas, you know, all the other chests that I've had in the past, they were like dump chests to kind of empty out my inventory, and it was just not organized whatsoever. I'm actually going to go ahead and take some cobblestone out and place a little bit of a barricade on this wall here, because just in case he tries to jump up and get out. I just want to make sure that he kind of stays in there. So far, he's only taken out cobblestone and put it in this chest. That chest remains empty. Okay. All my cobblestone has been removed. Now for the moment of truth. Is he gonna put my coal in the same chest or a different chest? Oh! And because it's not cobblestone, the copper golem puts it in the different chest. So this is going to be a full cobblestone chest. This one is probably going to be full of I don't know what. But that is how copper golems work for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. We have figured out the mystery behind how copper golems officially work. Like, officially. And we have incorporated it successfully into our world. Okay, I'm gonna do my outro as soon as the music calms down because it's very loud. It's nice, but it's hectic hell loud. Alright, so that is going to be a wrap on this video. So we successfully built ourselves our first ever copper golem storage. I think in the copper era update, when it was announced, I think it was called a smart storage system, which I think honestly is really cool and it makes a lot of sense to me. We've officially added a feature of the new copper age into our Minecraft world. Now I'm probably going to improvise upon this. I'll make it bigger, I'll add more chests, maybe I'll add more copper golems if that is necessary. But we've officially created a basic one, and I'm really happy about that because obviously I wanted to build on the last episode, and we did. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode. As always, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to go ahead and drop a like down below and subscribe if you haven't done so already, as we're still trying to get to 600 subscribers. So your love and support would help mean the world to you, boy. And also comment below and 100% reply to you. Turn notifications on for when I upload new videos. And I just want to really quickly apologize for my lack of activity on the channel over the past week. Obviously I had midterms and it was very stressful for me, so I should be able to return to content once again. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one.